cracking down on speech that's critical of the platform of Musk. Yeah, right now, I have literally seen, maybe you guys saw it too, someone posted, I hate gay people, I hate black people, I hate trans people, I hate cis people, and only the I hate cis people got marked with the this violates our extremist rules for extreme hate speech. So like Elon is literally doing the cartoon version of running Twitter right now. I've seen multiple people say that they can get unbanned for basically anything by in the unban appeal saying they were reported by Antifa extremists for their conservative values. It's just it's so dumb, you know, it's so dumb. Yeah, the woke mob reported me. It'll work, yeah. Your free speech is being suppressed. Fantastic stuff. Hilarious that it's basically a cheat code. Yeah. I have a feeling, this is just my guess, by the way, but I have a feeling that since Elon is leaning on the ship really hard with Twitter, my guess is that the people who manage unbans for Twitter are probably just like halfway to suicide, you know? Like they were doing their job and Elon was like, listen, I don't want any conservatives getting banned for their free speech, okay? So, you know, if anyone's conservative, unban them, right? Basically, Elon's like, I don't want cat turd yelling at me anymore. It makes me sad. So if anyone says that they were banned for being a conservative, you let them right the back in. And that's it. You know, that's all I care about, really. Unbans are probably handled by Grok at this point. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they just edited the algorithm. Twitter has been selling data for government surveillance. Oh, The Intercept, huh? Elon Musk fought government surveillance while profiting off government surveillance. Musk made hay of his legal battle against secret surveillance, but continued selling Twitter user data to a company that facilitates government monitoring. Yeah, remember, not the first time I've mentioned this, but in addition to him openly supporting neo-Nazis on Twitter and throwing down slap suits at people for pointing that out, Elon Musk has also been approving more censorship requests from governments than his predecessors did, you know? The absolute highlight of which being when he started banning people critical of Erdogan, and some Elon fans were like, yo, why are you literally banning people for criticizing an authoritarian government? And he was like, Erdogan threatened to take down Twitter in Turkey. How could I not? Just fully defending it. During election season as well, right? Yeah. The company is itself in the business of government surveillance of social media. Under the new ownership of Elon Musk, Twitter had continued the litigation until its defeat in January. The suit was aimed at overturning a governmental ban on disclosing the receipt of requests, known as national security letters, that compel companies to turn over everything from user metadata to private direct messages. Companies that receive these requests are typically legally bound to keep the request secret and can only disclose the number they've received in a given year in vague numerical ranges. I love modernity. I love modernity. I love modernity. In its petition to the Supreme Court last September, Twitter's attorneys took up the banner of communications privacy. History demonstrates that the surveillance of electronic communications is both a fertile ground for government abuse and a lightning rod political topic of intense concern to the public. After the court declined to take up the case in January, Musk responded, tweeting, disappointed that the Supreme Court declined to hear the matter. The court's refusal to take the case on ended Twitter's legal bid, but the company and Musk had positioned themselves at the forefront of a battle on behalf of internet users for greater transparency about government surveillance. I can feel myself slurring some of these words because I used up all of my talk juice on arguing about communism for 3 hours with chat. And now I'm reading the article with the $5 words, folks. You know, you can only... Constantly talking is very tiring, especially when you're reading from an article and not just free-flowing. That's your fault, TBH. Me, responsible for things I choose to do? Ridiculous. Honestly, offensive, homophobic. Bro never got picked to read in class. Bro volunteered to read in class, but none of my classes lasted 3 hours. However, emails between the U.S. Secret Service and the surveillance firm Dataminer obtained by The Intercept from a FOIA request, love our FOIA requests, show Twitter is in an awkward position, profiting from the sale of user data for government surveillance purposes at the same time as it was fighting secrecy around another flavor of state surveillance in court. While national security letters allow the government to make targeted demands for non-public data on an individual basis, companies like Dataminer, very non-sinister name here, by the way, continuously monitor public activity on social media and other internet platforms. Dataminer provides its customers with customized, real-time alerts on desired topics, giving clients like police departments a form of social media omniscience. The alert allows police to, for example, automatically track a protest as it moves from its planning stages into the streets without requiring police officials to do any time-intensive searches. Although Dataminer defends First Alert, its government surveillance platform, as a public safety tool that helps first responders act quickly to sudden crises, the tool has been repeatedly shown to be used by police to monitor First Amendment-protected online political speech and real-world protests. The thing that really sucks, too, is that potentially this could be an amazing tool for something like a mass shooting, because you know that if a shooting happens at a university campus, there will be tweets about it with certain keywords that show up over and over, like 10 seconds after it starts. So if there was some way to like, oh, fire or shooting or something, get people on the ground immediately, that does sound cool. But you know goddamn well that police are like, yeah, I want to know if anybody's using the term union. If anyone's using the term union, that would be really good, because we got approached by a corporate executive recently, and they wanted us to make sure that people using the word union were followed, you know? It's a powerful tool. Dataminer has long touted its special relationship with Twitter as integral to First Alert. Twitter previously owned a stake in Dataminer, though divested before Musk's purchase. Unlike other platforms it surveils by scraping user content, Dataminer pays for privileged access to Twitter through the company's, quote, firehose, a direct, unfiltered feed of every single piece of user content ever shared publicly to the platform. Watching everything that happens on Twitter in real time is key to Dataminer's pitch to the government. The company essentially leases indirect access to this massive spray of information, with Dataminer acting as an intermediary between Twitter's servers and a multitude of police, intelligence, and military agencies. Cool. While it was unclear whether under Musk, Twitter would continue leasing access to its users to Dataminer, and by extension the government, the emails from the Secret Service confirmed that as of last summer, the social media platform was still very much in the government surveillance business. This is 15 pages of correspondence between Dataminer and the U.S. Secret Service. Interesting. This would be a lot to read really quickly. Let me see if I can identify keywords. Dataminer has a unique contractual relationship with Twitter, whereby we have real-time access to the full stream of all publicly available tweets. Part of this contractual relationship, law enforcement, state and federal level. Elon tweeted Twitter was going to pay the legal fees for a doctor who spoke out about the vaccine. Oh, he's always doing shit like this. Twitter is proud to help Dr. Kulvinder Kaur against the government-supported efforts to cancel her speech. Nice. Yeah, he's always doing shit like this, whatever. He lied about a lot of it, too. Didn't he say he would cover the legal fees of, like, a bunch of people a year and a half ago, and then nothing ever came of it? Probably because he was lying. He just says stuff, you know? Was it Jan 6 stuff? I don't remember what it was about. Okay. Yeah, this seems, this has been a brutal process. We are being asked now to justify fiscal year 24 funds for things we still haven't even gotten access to use. What a mess. Agree we should chat after holiday week. I'm on AL for all the holiday week after Monday. Wait, at Dataminer. This is a Secret Service account, isn't it? Because this is from @dataminer.com, so that would imply this one. This is just a Secret Service guy being like, you know, man, these people are running me ragged, you know? Musk promised to cover legal fees of people fired over tweets. Yeah, what came of that? According to an email from the Secret Service in the same thread, the agency's interest in Dataminer was unambiguous. The whole point of this contract is to use the information for law enforcement purposes. Ripe for government abuse. Twitter turns around and sells the Dataminer firehose to public posts. Okay. Unfortunately, man, the real thing that I want to know, the real thing that I want to have details on that they can't provide because they're secret, you know? The real thing I want to know is the exact details of the censorship requests made to Twitter by authoritarian governments. What did the Turkish government say, you know? Because I bet you there's some incredibly mask-off shit, right? There is some, like, wildly, blatantly out there stuff that they've said, just fully like, you know, get rid of my opponents, whatever. I would love to see that, but that information would have to be like leaked. That couldn't be FOIA'd.